Let's get some more reaction now on our other top story, the Auditor General's municipal audit report. Simphiwe Dzengwa is from the South African Local Government Association, and he joins us from our Cape Town studio. Mr. Dzengwa, good evening. Thanks very much for your time. Well, not an encouraging representation of your members coming out of that Auditor General's report.
Good evening, Vuyo. Not encouraging at all. We had thought that we were making some bit of a steady progress over the number of years, given the resources and support that we've deployed to local government, to 10 municipalities around, stabilize their operations, ensure that there's sufficient, internal control systems. And the results, seem to be indicating that we are taking a step back.
Well, what made you think you were making progress? What would have given you that impression? Because from what the Auditor General is telling us every year, over the past 5 years especially, it's just been getting worse and worse.
Not really, Vuyo, but if you look at where we are coming from, take it from 2011, for instance, we were beginning to increase the number of municipalities that were getting clean audits. That's what the AG says, himself. Also, the bulk of the local government, allocations was being spent in municipalities with clean audit. We could see, for instance, in 2015-2016, that in a large number of municipalities, there were clear consequence management arrangements. All those are positive strides that local government was beginning to take. Now, the regression, from, say, the previous 44 municipalities that had clean audit outcomes to the current 33, is what is disappointing to us as SALGA.
Well, isn't that what has perhaps been the problem, Mr. Dzengwa, the fact that your organization or your members got satisfied with these like small little steps that were, you wanted to speak to the positivity. You didn't want to look comprehensively at the problem and how it needed to be arrested immediately. People quibbling, over, no, it doesn't mean that money was really embezzled. All it means is that someone didn't produce a receipt. Isn't that laxity what has actually brought things to where they are at the moment?
No, not really, Vuyo. In 2014, when SALGA launched the Municipal Audit Support Program, MASP, we looked at 4 issues. Issues around leadership, governance, financial management, and institutional capabilities overall. And it is through those support interventions that I say we were beginning to make progress. But again, within that context, SALGA always emphasized that there needs to be more accountability in the sector, that there needs to be more consequence management, that we would work with the Treasury and COGTA to make sure that we don't only encourage effective oversight, but where there are transgressions, action is taken immediately. We've also said that municipalities must make sure that vacancies at a management level in particular are filled, but not just filled, but filled with capable individuals, so that there's better monitoring of performance, there's better evaluation of audit outcome results, and a whole, institutional improvement. But Vuyo as SALGA were looking at the AG results, not in isolation from other reports, from Treasury, from COGTA, from Statistician General, that said, even within the context of regression and the gloomy financial picture, there's clear evidence of services being, delivered in a number of places.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people would actually differ with you on that one because, certainly from a reading of the Auditor General's report and what he had to say, things aren't really as positive as you say they are. But I want to move to another issue, which is a big issue, which the Auditor General raised, and that is the financial health of municipalities, your ability or the ability of your members to collect revenue from ratepayers, but also your inability to pay your debts and entities like Eskom. What is SALGA's position on the particular issue, especially the one with regard to Eskom?
That's a big issue for us as SALGA, and we spent quite some time, in our conference in December 2016, trying to find solutions to both the debtors and creditors issue. Now, we are saying to municipalities they must collect what is due to them, and they must collect aggressively, especially from government and business. But also equally important, municipalities must pay their creditors. They must pay Eskom and water boards. Those are very important strategic assets. We can't be putting excuses as SALGA justifying why municipalities are not paying. Those entities deserve to be paid. But we are saying equally that there are certain issues that need to be addressed between municipalities and Eskom within the context of everyone paying. But also we want to emphasize for you that after careful analysis, we've picked up between ourselves and Treasury that municipalities are not only owing Eskom and water boards. They must pay all their creditors. So it becomes a problem then when Eskom would demand to be paid 100% at the expense of all the other creditors. So yes, municipalities must pay, and must pay within the 30 days, are required by law, and they must pay all their creditors, including Eskom and water boards.
Does that mean, very, very briefly, Mr. Dzengwa, that you have now, or some of your members at least who've been raising that argument, have now abandoned the idea that Eskom should stick to its original mandate, which some of your members have argued is only generation and transmission, and leave distribution to municipalities? Has that now, have those of you who have been raising that issue abandoned that and have accepted that Telkom is what it is?
No, not really, Vuyo. We are saying that there is an interministerial task team established by the presidency to look at all those technical constitutional matters. Yes, they must be attended to at that, level. But in the meantime, municipalities must pay their creditors. You can't put an excuse about other processes unfolding and you don't pay so long, which is what exactly we're saying to others, who owe municipalities, that they must also pay municipalities while municipalities are cleaning up their billing systems and other arrangements.
Mr. Dzengwa, thank you very much for your time. He is from the South African Local Government Association, reacting, of course, to the Auditor General's report on the state of municipal finances.